Hello, I'm Nick Nassad. Welcome to another edition of CMS Forex News. Today is Tuesday, December 18th, 2007. Let's start with fundamental news from the UK. Prices faced by consumers increased 2.1% in November from a year ago, lower than what economists had predicted. Core inflation also eased to 1.4%. The lower inflation figures give the Bank of England more leeway in pursuing further interest rate cuts if they deem them necessary. The Eurozone trade surplus in October widened from the previous month and beat estimates. Also, September's figures were revised down. The stronger euro does not seem to be hurting exports, which grew faster than imports. Turning to North America, November inflation in Canada was at 0.3% for the month and 2.5% compared to a year ago. The change was fueled by higher gasoline prices and mortgage interest rate costs. Core inflation, which excludes both of these items, slowed and has been declining since July. And finally, in the U.S., construction began on 1.187 million homes at an annual rate for November, a change of negative 3.7% from October. Record housing inventories are causing a slump in housing starts, while building permits, a measure of future construction, declined to a 14-year low at 1.15 million permits. In other news, the European Central Bank added a record $500 billion to the banking system in an attempt to help the money markets stabilize. After falling for 3 sessions, the euro gained on the yen on the news as investors took the move by the ECB as a sign to return to carry trade. The gains were small, however, with the euro-yen pair increasing around 100 pips before retreating in New York trading. It was a similar story for the Australian and New Zealand dollars against the yen. Stock markets in Asia paired earlier losses, and investors felt encouraged to take on riskier carry trade positions. After climbing 120 pips, the Aussie-yen pair fell in New York trading and was trading near 97.30 by 2 p.m. New York time. With lower than expected inflation being reported from the UK, the euro-pound pair also broke a 3-session slump and gained. The Bank of England is seen as cutting rates again in 2008, which weakened the pound today. The US dollar recovered overnight against its northern neighbor. The US dollar-Canadian dollar pair rose more than 100 pips after touching a low at 1.0016, though it cut those gains in half following today's inflation data out of Canada. Overnight, we will get producer inflation data from Germany. The UK has 3 releases: the Bank of England meeting minutes, business investment, and the CBI distributive trade survey. In Canada, we get a report on wholesale sales, while tomorrow afternoon we get the current account from New Zealand and trade balance data from Japan. And that's it for this Tuesday. Thanks for joining us here at CMSFX.com, and have a good evening.